all had a good New Year's Eve, a good New Year's Day. For some of you that are watching in the US, I can only assume that New Year's Day is only just beginning if you're watching this as the video is published. But today I actually spent the day with a few friends of mine playing games like Overcooked, like Towerfall, like Rayman Origins, games that require a sort of intimate communication between players. And one of the people we were playing with isn't a big gamer. She said that one of the games that she remembers playing is Mario Kart Wait. Particularly when we played Overcooked with her, I noticed that myself and another friend of mine that was playing with us weren't really conveying meaning, conveying instruction more or less to her in a way that was helpful and wasn't frustrating. And so I could hear from her point of view that she was frustrated with how we were sort of speaking down to her or being a little bit patronizing, because as gamers, we're not really used to telling people how to play games. We're used to playing with other people that spend a lot of time playing games. And so this situation got me thinking about the way that media treats gaming as a topic. And really it comes down to this sort of spectrum. On one end you have sites like Sticky Trigger, you have Press Start Australia, IGN, GameSpot, sites and corporations or communities that know their audience and know how to communicate with that audience. And then on the other end you have mainstream media. Free-to-air television is a good example. Channel 9, 7, 10, these networks that, because of the nature of free-to-air television, they are broadcasting and communicating to people of all sorts. So they have to be very creative and very selective in how they're communicating. To gamers, this can come across as very patronizing and not particularly helpful because, again, IGN, GameSpot, Sticky Trigger, we know what this audience wants from us, what kind of information they want and how they want that delivered to them. And I'm not saying that I have a solution to this problem, that there's some sort of easy way to convey meaning about gaming experiences, about game design, about gaming culture to everyone. There's no one way to do this. And so what you have is a lot of different sites out there. Destructoid is actually a really one that comes to mind pretty quickly about communicating with their audience in a way that is very unique compared to a lot of other sites, a lot of game blogs out there. And of course, Sticky Trigger is involved in this scenario as well. We're a media outlet. We are trying to communicate with an audience. We are trying to convey meaning, and the way that we're conveying that meaning is often through writing or through video, or in the case of our podcast, through audio. So I hope that you're willing to bear with us as we sort of work through and progress as a site and as a community in producing what we produce, in making what we make, doing what we do best and what we're very passionate about. On the topic of Sticky Trigger, last year we went through a redesign on the site. We went from our old design to our new design, and with that came a new rating system. We went from an out of 10 score to a 5-star rating, still using a 10 decimal place with the 5 stars. But I thought I might sort of address what our editorial policies, or what some of our editorial policies will be moving forward through 2017. Probably the first thing that I should address is when we intend to publish our reviews, and it varies from game to game. Usually we try to get our reviews up as close to embargo as we can, but as a result of multiple factors, we are sometimes unable to do that. But we are wanting to get reviews up of games within the month, usually a lot closer to launch than that, but within a month of those games launching. The reason we are reviewing games varies from writer to writer and from video producer to producer. We are not one hive mind at Sticky Trigger. We all have different opinions, different takes on what we're doing. I personally view games as a sort of media. There is a sort of craft that goes into it. I think that the discussion around games as art is always a fun one, but I try to think about games as media, like movies are media, like TV and print is media. You have other writers on staff that bring up pricing, so using reviews as a sort of buyer's advice or purchasing advice. Like I said, it varies from writer to writer, from producer to producer. But reading the text or watching the review usually gives a pretty clear picture of what we thought of the game in our experience playing it. As far as video reviews are concerned, we're wanting to get more video reviews up on the YouTube channel and up on the site as we progress through 2017. You might see some of our video producers adapting written work from other staff from Sticky Trigger moving forward as well, to sort of get more video content as much as we can out the door, because reviewing games, believe it or not, takes quite a fair bit of time. I'm sure I might have left a few things unanswered. If you think I have, feel free to leave questions in the comment section of this video or on Twitter, where you'll find myself as @Cringeworthy and the rest of the team as @StickyTriggerAU, and let us know what you want to know, and we'll get back to you when we can. Don't forget, for more video content, whether they be reviews, previews, features, editorial, opinion, whatever you are interested in from Sticky Trigger, be sure to subscribe. Go to youtube.com/StickyTrigger. Be sure to subscribe there. But for now, that's all from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.